Hi, I'd like to give a video response to a Facebook question. And a gentleman from Greece uh, wanted to know what to do if he wanted to use a mechanical pencil. So he says, you always say that the pen has to be as sharp as possible. So it would be better for me, would it be better for me if I used one like this? So he sent us uh, a link and a picture from a mail order supplier. And this is a mechanical pencil. Now, these used to be far more common than they are today, and it is actually one of the problems. I have extended this lead out quite a bit further so that you can see the lead, and this is much different. When we're talking about mechanical pencils, this is quite a bit different than the one we've become so used to that we buy in variety stores and office supplies that we just make notes with, and it's almost replaced the wooden pencil that we were so used to using before. But you'll see I've extended that lead out, and this lead is extremely thin. And so there's no way of sharpening it, and it also has a tendency to break off. We're quite limited in the range of use that we can have from it, but this is not what we're talking about when we're talking about mechanical pencils. The other, this other one has a lead that is basically the same lead that is in a pencil that is a wooden pencil. I'm sorry, I have to make sure that this is in the camera. It's kind of difficult. But anyway, this is the same thickness as the one that is usually encased in the wood. And it is much stronger, and we have an opportunity to sharpen it, which is something you need to think about if you're going to go to mechanical pencils. You must have a way to sharpen it. And so here's one of these little sharpeners, just a little mini one of those kind that you hold in your hand and you twirl the pencil in, and it has a little blade on here. The problem with it is they're quite messy, but you could get away with this. Just cost very little, maybe a few pennies. And then we can go all the way up to the next one, which is a rotary lead pointer. And this one, you stick your pencil in the hole, and you rotate that around the perimeter of that barrel, and it sharpens on a stone inside. And then when you take it out, the little white thing on the top is meant to give you the opportunity to get the fragments off and the dust and whatever. So it's a soft material, and you can go ahead and clean your lead up. But that's probably the ultimate. It gives you a great point. The problem with mechanical pencils, even though it's a matter of preference, you could use them and make do with that if you like, is that we don't have the side of the lead. If you'll notice, the bevel on the pencil is quite angled. It isn't going to give you the opportunity to maybe use the side of your lead if you wanted to do a special texture from the texture of the paper, like I did in Gabby's hat, that felt hat, where I'm just allowing a little bit of that graphite to hit the very tops of the tooth of the paper. You're not going to have the opportunity as easily anyway with one of these leads, because you just can't use the side. And you'll also wear down quite a bit quicker because you have such an angled point. And so you may be sharpening it quite often. So I'm just saying that if it's your preference, that's fine. But there might be some things that will be, hinder you a little bit. The other thing is that we have the opportunity to buy other leads, and you can go to Dick Blick and order, these things online. That's just one example. There's probably a number of mail order houses that you could get supplies from, but you can get individual leads. So you can get your 4H, your 2H, your HB, 2B, and 4B all in separate little cartons. And it's nice to be able to have enough holders where you can have one of those ready, because otherwise you don't have the freedom of just grabbing that pencil quickly. You have to change the lead over each time if you're limited to only one holder. So it's good to get a number of them and speed things up, make it more efficient. So I hope that helps you a little bit. And again, it's a matter of preference, and I thank you for your question.